Happy new month, everyone. It's yet another tutorial on how to make this beautiful Queen Annie dress with cap sleeve. Let's get into it. So I started by drafting my basic blouse. So if you don't know how to draft a basic blouse, you can use this as an opportunity to learn how to do it. So the shoulder to shoulder of my client was 16 inches. I divided it into two and I went ahead to mark 8 plus half an inch for the knitting. Then the chest line is 8, so I went ahead to mark the chest line, and the chest line is parallel to the armhole line as well, so I went ahead to draft that one. And guys, there's something I have observed about Queen Annie. This is my fourth time sewing Queen Annie neckline this year, and I have observed that if you are sewing a Queen Annie neckline and you want 5 inches, you would have to start with 3 inches. Else, by the time you will finish, if you start cutting 5 inches right away, by the time you finish, your neckline will be very wide. Okay, so you, as the video is playing, you will see what I was talking about. So I actually wanted the neck width to be 5 inches, but I went ahead to cut 3.5, so that by the time the neck will open and do all the gymnastics, I will get my 5 inches as I want, and the neck wouldn't be too wide. So I went ahead to connect my shoulder slant. Yeah, then I went ahead to draw my chest line, which served as where I drew that small sweetheart neckline. Yeah, so I went ahead to divide my armhole line by 2, and I marked the center just like how we draft basic bodies. Yes, so that would be where I'll connect my armhole line. So that was me connecting my armhole line. Yeah, so now that is set and we are ready to cut. So if you have been following my videos, I don't cut the bodies right, like I don't do my shaping whilst I am cutting. Okay, so I make sure I sew my darts, everything. So shaping the dress is the last thing I do when it comes to sewing. Not all dresses, but basic dresses like this ones, that is how I go about it, and I feel it's really helped, because sometimes you realize that by the time you will finish sewing, the fabric has shrinked and all that. So I feel it is safer for me to, yes, you get your measurements right, but I still feel it is safer to sew your darts, do all the other things, then the shaping will be last. Yeah, that is what I believe. So I went ahead to cut the Queen Annie part of the dress. So I marked 1.5 inches above my chest line. The client didn't want to show boobs, so I went ahead to mark 1.5 inches above the chest line so that she'll be covered. Yeah, she didn't want to show flesh. So after I went ahead, I went down by half an inch, and that place served as where I curved my neckline to get that sweetheart neckline thing. Yeah, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I think you can watch what I'm doing. Yeah, so that is that. So at this point, if you have not liked my video, if you have not followed, what are you doing, my dear? Kindly follow, like, share, and comment. And if you have any tutorial you would like me, if you have any dress you would like me to do a tutorial on, just comment it under the comment section, and I'm going to do justice to that. And thank you to all who have been watching my video, who have been liking, those following already. I don't take that for granted. I really, really, really do appreciate. So at this point, I was cutting my neckline. Yeah, our Queen Annie is ready. At this point, it was looking demure. It was looking beautiful, and I really love how it came out. So this is what I was talking about. You see, okay, even at this point I've not held the zip line, so I'll go and hold the zip line and come and show it to you and see how it will look like. So this is the evidence. So when I measured, it was 3.5 inches, just like I marked on the dress when I was cutting from the beginning. You get it? Yeah. And I checked the back neckline to confirm whether it is also 3.5. So the front, I cut the front and the back together. So you see that if the back neck is 3.5, then the front neck width is also automatically 3.5, because I didn't go ahead to add any extra inches to the front. But you realize that when you place it, if the arm, the shoulder to shoulder is matching like this, and this is how it's supposed to be. When the shoulder to shoulder is matching like this, you see the SS at the middle. Yes, so this was what I was talking about, the SS at the middle. So if you want 5 inches and you go ahead to cut all the 5 inches, by the time you finish, you realize that you have to now make your sleeve off shoulder, because it will be too wide. I don't know whether I'm the only one who faced this problem. Please, if you have also encountered this problem in any of your Queen Annie cutting, just let me know, okay? And if you have solution to this, kindly teach me. This is my 4th time cutting Queen Annie, and I keep experiencing this. So I wanted 5 inches actually. So now I have opened up to cut the extra 2 inches over there. So I went ahead to cut my facing, and my facing was running from the neckline up to the armhole. So it's kind of a sleeveless dress which has the cape. So I used my facing to knitting both the neck and the armhole. Yeah. So this kind of facing, I think one time I bought this store dress, okay, and I realized that this was how they did the facing, and I really loved it. It was just looking beautiful for me. So since then, if I'm sewing any dress that I have to knitting it with facing at both the sleeves and the armhole, sorry, and the neckline, I prefer doing this than cutting it like the full one that covers up to the chest. So yeah, this is the real deal. So this time I was cutting my cape, the sleeve, yeah, the sleeve. So I went ahead to measure, and the length of the person's sleeve was 23, but from the shoulder, from where the sleeve ended up to where the shoulder slope ends, it was 4 inches. And the the middle, I don't know, the depth too was 4 inches. Okay, you just follow, you understand. So I went ahead to mark my 4 inches. Then with the depth, I didn't cut all the 4 inches. I divided it into two, making 2 inches, 2 inches. So I went ahead to mark my 2 inches. Then yeah, so for the length, I marked 4.5 inches, so that I will use 5 inches for the sewing. Yes, then I will use the rest to join. So this was it at this. So I marked the 2 inches and the 2 inches, so it will form like a square over there. Okay, like how you see it. So it will form that square, that after stitching you get the place looking like a cap. Yeah, so I went ahead to my sewing table. I pinned first. I pinned the half inch that I left. Remember, I measured 4.5, so that I'll use the 0.5 inch as my sewing allowance. So I went ahead to sew. Yeah, and this was when I was done stitching it. So after sewing it, you can see it was looking neat. I went ahead to press it, and I was measuring it this time, and it was 4 inches. So I turned the depth, the I don't know how to, like, that side. Yes, they showed that side one. So I notched the middle so that I can place it appropriately. Remember, one will be in front and the other side will be at the back. So I went ahead to pin it and took it to my sewing machine to sew. And yeah, it came out just like how I wanted it. Yes, and it was also measuring 4 inches. So I took to my sewing table and I stitched it, and it came out nice. So this was the final work. Thanks for watching. Kindly follow me, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload new tutorial you will see. I love you all.